Denji walks up to a door in a dark alley, and as he was about to open it, he wakes up. Denji lives a miserable life, drowning in a big debt left by his father. To survive, he sold his eye and kidney, and he lives by hunting devils with his pet chainsaw devil, Pochita. On another hunt, after killing a tomato devil, his pay is slashed by the Yakuza, the one his father was in debt with, and the one he works for now. But the pay is only enough for a single bread. That night, with his one bread, Denji dreams of a normal life. Jam on bread, maybe a girlfriend, but he knows it's impossible. But he is still happy with Pochita by his side. The next day, Yakuza calls up on Denji again. This time, he takes Denji to an old warehouse to clean up some devils, but it was a trap as Yakuza struck a deal with the zombie devil to get demonic powers in exchange for a devil hunter. And now, Denji is surrounded by zombie devils with no way to escape. Betrayed by the very Yakuza he worked for, Denji realizes too late that they've sold their souls to the zombie devil. Stabbed from behind, Denji and Pochita are left to die as an army of grotesque zombies tears him apart. Thrown into a dumpster like trash, Denji's life finally ends. Or so it seems. But as his blood drips into Pochita's mouth, something impossible happens. Memories of their time together flash. Denji once told Pochita that if he ever died, the little devil could take his body and live a normal life for both of them. But instead, Pochita gives up his own life to give Denji a second chance. "I loved hearing about your dreams," he says, "so show me more of them." Denji wakes up, alive. But now, something's changed. Instead of taking his life, Pochita gave his life to Denji. A pull cord sticks from his chest. The air reeks of blood and rot. The zombie devil mocks him, ordering his undead servants to devour him again. Denji grips the cord. "If you're in my way, you die." He pulls it and roars to life. Chainsaws burst from his arms and skull as he tears through the horde, slicing everything that moves, and goes for the zombie devil itself, slicing it to pieces. The factory becomes a massacre. Blood, metal, and vengeance. And when the dust settles and all is silent, the legend of Chainsaw Man is born. Like and subscribe for more recaps like these. After surviving the zombie devil, Denji wakes up in the backseat of a car, hurt, starving, and confused. He sees the beautiful woman beside him, and she introduces herself softly. Makima, a public safety devil hunter. She tells him something he's never heard before. "You're not a devil or a human, you're my special one." For Denji, who's only known abuse and sadness, her kindness feels unreal. She takes him to a nearby restaurant and buys him food, and Denji feels like he is in heaven with the food and the girl and everything. But soon he learns the truth. He was just a useful weapon for the government, as he is now a devil in human body, and if he disobeys, he dies. He's not free, he's owned. Denji meets Aki Hayakawa, a senior hunter who instantly despises him, but he doesn't care as long as Makima is there and good food. They goes out, and while walking, Aki suddenly drags him into an alley, beats him into a pulp, and tells him to quit. As he thinks Denji is just a careless boy who just wants this thrill of hunting devils and teaches him the reality of how people dies in this job. But Denji refuses. He wants a real life, real food, maybe even a real girlfriend. And this job gets it. And he cracks Aki's nuts. They're forced into the same team, and Denji's thrill of eating bread with jam drives Aki crazy. But then the real job starts a nearby house. A fiend is located, which is when a devil takes control of a human. But as to Denji's situation, he can transform into a devil and is not quite a fiend. Denji, upon seeing the fiend, kills it with one swing as he feels bad for making the fiend pain, as he could have been one of them. Upon hearing this, AKI fires up and tells him of how his whole family was killed by a fiend right in front of him and tells him not to show them mercy. But we then see Denji did it just because he didn't want the magazines on the floor to be dirty, and he takes it with him. Later, Makima then introduces Denji and Aki to their new teammate, and it's no ordinary devil hunter, but rather a fiend and its power. A fiend, which are devils who take the bodies of dead humans. Power acts like she's above every rule in existence. Loud, chaotic, and unbelievably confident, she treats devil hunting like a playground. While patrolling the city together, Power suddenly senses a devil. Before Denji can react, she launches off a rooftop and crushes the sea cucumber devil with a massive blood hammer using her blood magic. The kill is brutal, flashy, and totally unauthorized. Denji realizes instantly Power is impossible to control. Makima scolds them afterwards. Power blames Denji. Denji complains about her lying, but Makima simply tells them to get along. Denji just notices how Power becomes obedient the moment Makima talks. Later, Power opens up about the only thing she truly cares about. Her cat, Maui. A devil kidnapped Maui, and Power desperately wants to save it. She promises Denji a reward if he helps her. Denji agrees instantly. They travel to an abandoned house outside the city, but the moment they arrive, Denji senses something is off. Power stops at the entrance and quietly says, "You're kind, just like Maui was." Before he can move, she knocks him out with her blood. Power drags Denji inside, straight to a bat devil. The monster kept Mioi hostage, forcing Power to bring it humans to eat. She offers Denji as today's meal. The Bat Devil laughs, grabs Denji, and opens its massive jaw. When Denji is about to be swallowed, he grabs Denji, excited that fresh blood will heal his lost arm. But the moment he squeezes Denji and drinks that blood, he gags. Disgusting. This tastes like devil blood. He throws Denji aside in disgust, but still get the regeneration with the blood. Power begs for Miaoi's freedom, but instead, the Bat Devil swallows the cat whole, telling how she brought devil blood. This triggers Power's memories, back when she lived wild, killing everything she met. Until a starving little cat approached her without fear. Miaoi became the first creature she cared for, and the Bat Devil took her away unless Power brought him a human. Now, seeing Miaoi eaten, Power finally understands Denji's pain over Pochita, and in that moment, the Bat Devil swallows her too. The Bat Devil takes off toward the city, listing victims he plans to eat next, but suddenly, he feels weight on his leg. Denji is clinging to him, drinking his blood to regain strength. He snarls, "Give me back my breasts." The Bat Devil tries to crush him, but Denji remembers losing Pochita as a kid, the fear, the relief, and realizes Power must have felt the same. He pulls his cord, and once again, chainsaws explode from his body. Both of them crashes into the city as Denji slices off the Bat Devil's arms. He even saves passing civilians, yelling at them to run. The Bat Devil fires shockwaves, throws cars, hurls debris, but Denji keeps fighting, fueled by pure stubborn rage and a reward from Power. And after a beautiful fight, Denji stands up once again, tears through the Bat Devil's body, ripping him open, ending the monster. Like and subscribe for more recaps like these. Power isn't like other devils. She hunts animals in the forest for blood and lived carelessly, but for some reason, she started caring for Miaoi, a cat, and it changes her a bit. So when the Bat Devil kidnaps Miaoi and demands a human, Power goes as far as to sacrifice Denji. And now she thinks in the devil's stomach why Miaoi, a normal cat, even matters to her this much. Back in the fight, Denji, half dead, was able to save Miaoi and Power. And when Power questions again why Denji went this far to save her and care for her, his answer was simple: it's just the reward she promised. But before he can celebrate the victory of finally getting his dream, boom, his arm is blown off. And the Leech Devil appears, hungry for revenge. Denji fights with barely any blood left, chainsaws not even coming as he lost too much blood. But he refuses to die before achieving his beautiful dream. And he fights. Their brutal dream battle ends with Denji cooked, until Aki arrives and summons the Fox Devil to finish the job. After recovery, Makima forces Power to live with Aki and Denji. Power is filthy, chaotic, but she keeps her promise. Denji finally checks off his ultimate dream, touching stuffs. Except, it's not the life-changing moment he imagined, and Denji walks around with an idiot's face, all around fully shocked. Makima, in her usual calm mystery, tells him intimacy only matters when it's with someone you truly care about. And then, surprisingly, she offers him something more than just touching, something far better if he defeats the Gun Devil. And suddenly Denji has a new purpose in life. The Gun Devil, a monster born from humanity's fear of guns and nuclear bombs, and that fear fueled this devil's power to a crazy amount, as it was able to wipe whole cities on its own. We then see Aki's story and how he lost his whole family to the Gun Devil as well. 1 second they were eating breakfast, the next, gone. Aki survived by chance, and ever since, he's been driven by revenge. Killing the Gun Devil is the only thing keeping him moving. But the Gun Devil doesn't just kill, it leaves pieces of itself behind. Any devil that consumes those fragments becomes stronger, and that's where Denji's next mission begins. Division 4 enters a hotel where a devil, supposedly supercharged by the Gun Devil chunk. The hotel is filled with long hallways and rooms, and they search everywhere. Eventually a door opens and out comes a devil. But it's just a small devil with no hands and body, and Power instantly kills it and they moved on to the next floor. But weirdly enough, the blood is on the next floor as well, and one of them checks the floor number and is 8. The same floor as before. They realize now they are trapped. There is no door, no exit, only looped hallways and rooms, trapped. The entire 8th floor of the hotel is a closed loop, a pocket dimension of endless hallways where stairs lead back to the start and windows look into the room across the hall. Time itself is frozen at 8:18. Public Safety's team, Aki, Himeno, Denji, Power, and the recruits Hirokazu and Kobeni are prisoners of a devil's power. Days pass, resources dwindle, and sanity frays. Kobeni succumbs to hysterical despair, while Power dreams of winning a Nobel Prize. Aki searches relentlessly for an exit, and Himeno tries to hold the group together, sharing a moment of weary camaraderie with Aki over a final cigarette. Their captor finally reveals itself, the Eternity Devil. It isn't just a monster in a room. Its grotesque, fleshy body is the hallway, an endless stomach with one desire. It offers a contract. Give me Denji, dead or alive, and I will let everyone else leave unharmed. Paranoia and survival instinct tear the team apart. Kobeni, armed with a knife, and Hirokazu demand Denji's sacrifice. Aki refuses, deducing that if the devil wants Denji dead, is because it fears him, the Chainsaw Man. Himeno stands with Aki, but forbids him from using his cursed sword, knowing its contract shortens his life. The situation erupts into violence. Kobeni attacks, but in the chaos, she stabs Aki instead of Denji. As Aki bleeds out, he makes his stance clear. He needs every devil hunter, even Denji, to achieve his vengeance against the gun devil. He won't let Denji die. Witnessing Aki's near-fatal sacrifice and Himeno's despair, Denji makes a decision. He realizes the Eternity Devil's offer is a confession of fear. It screamed in pain when attacked. It can be hurt. Denji turns to Himeno, reminding her of her promised kiss, and declares his own contract. He'll let the devil eat him, but he'll fight from the inside and make it regret its hunger. With a pull of his starter cord, Denji transforms. He doesn't wait for the devil to take him. He leaps directly into the fleshy, monstrous hallway, chainsaws roaring to wage war from within its own body. The episode ends on this defiant, suicidal charge into the belly of the beast. Denji's suicide charge into the Eternity Devil's body becomes a gruesome war of stamina. He slashes and tears at the endless flesh from the inside, but the devil has no heart to target. As Denji loses blood, his chainsaws begin to retract. Facing defeat, he resorts to a new horrifying tactic. He bites the devil and drinks its blood, using its own essence to fuel his regeneration. The fight becomes a grotesque cycle. Cut, bleed, drink, repeat. The battle goes on for so long that people started to sleep, and after a whole 3 days pass. The endless battle breaks. Not Denji, but the Eternity Devil itself. Driven to madness by the unceasing pain, the devil exposes its own heart, begging Denji to kill it and end the torment. Denji, almost surprised the fight is over, obliges. The team is freed, and Denji claims a piece of the gun devil's flesh. To mend the team's fractured dynamics, Himeno organizes a welcome party for the newbies. Although Denji is here for one thing, his first kiss promised by Himeno. And as he talk about Makima arrived, and now Denji doesn't want to kiss, as Makima is watching. Himeno is getting more and more drunk, and after some while she just went for the kiss with Denji. But this is Denji's worst nightmare, as he wants Makima as well. But Denji experiencing his first kiss can't stop. Then it got even worse, as Himeno throws up while kissing. Later, after that nightmare, Denji wakes up in a bed at Himeno's apartment, and Himeno comes up and complains how both Denji and Aki are focused with Makima. And in that hungover mood, she climbs on top of Denji and suggests something. We should do it, leaving him stunned and the situation charged with uncomfortable tension. Everyone thought Makima was dead, but she just proved why she's the most powerful being in existence. This is episode 9 of Chainsaw Man. Back on the train to Kyoto, while the gunmen celebrate their kill, thinking she was dead as there is a bullet on her head. Then, the impossible happens. Makima stands up, not a single problem on her, while the assassins lay dead on the floor with holes blasted through their chests. She didn't just survive, she erased them somehow. Meanwhile, back at the bloody scene of the ambush by Gun Devil, things are desperate. Kobeni, who everyone thought was a coward, finally snaps. She moves with godlike speed, taking out Akane's Snake Devil and forcing Katana Man to retreat. Somehow, her anxiety turned her into a flow state, and she saves a dying Denji. But the victory feels hollow. Special Division 4 has been almost entirely wiped out. But now peak happens. Makima arrives at a shrine in Kyoto and demands 30 death row convicts. She forces them to be blindfolded and say the names of the assassins still in Tokyo. As they speak a name, Makima makes a twisting motion with her hands. High above in Tokyo, the assassins are instantly crushed into bloody piles of meat. One convict dies for every target she kills. She is essentially a human death note, and the world just realized that the devils aren't the scariest thing in this show. Makima is. The counterattack has begun, but at what cost? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. To defeat a monster, you have to become something even crazier. Denji and Power are about to meet the strongest devil hunter in history, and he's absolutely insane. With Special Division 4 decimated, Makima realizes the survivors aren't strong enough to face Katana Man again. She introduces Denji and Power to their new mentor, Kishibe. He doesn't give them a lecture or a workout plan, he just kills them, over and over again. Kishibe is a master of hand-to-hand combat and knives. He views Denji and Power as toys with infinite lives, so he hunts them down throughout the day, snapping their necks and stabbing them to sharpen their instincts. He tells them, devils fear the ones with the most broken minds. By the end of the day, Denji and Power, who are usually the ones causing the chaos, are actually terrified. They realize that to survive Kishibe, they have to start thinking like geniuses. Meanwhile, Aki, in the hospital, mourning the loss of Himeno. He's at his lowest point, but he's running out of time. His contract with the Fox Devil is gone, and he only has 2 years left to live due to the sword. To keep fighting, he's taken to the underground cells of public safety where the devils are kept, to make a contract with a new devil, an even more terrifying entity, the Future Devil. The training is hell for Denji and Power. The contracts are even more deadly, and the counterattack is being planned. Hit subscribe for episode 11 to see what price Aki has to pay for the power of the future. The future devil is top tier. Aki is about to make a deal with a devil that can see the end of his story, and the price is crazier than you think. Aki enters the high security cells of public safety to meet the future devil. Most people have to give up their internal organs or half their lifespan just to see a few seconds into the future. But when the future devil looks at Aki's future, he weirdly enough starts dancing with joy. He enjoyed Aki's future so much, because of how horrible his eventual death will be, that he agrees to a contract for practically nothing. He just wants to live inside Aki's right eye so he can watch the tragedy unfold firsthand. And Aki accepts. With Akane and Katana Man located, the new and improved Special Division 4 with their new powers and the training from Kishibe launches a massive raid on the skyscraper where Katana Man and Akane are hiding. This isn't just a mission, it's an execution. We see the terrifying Shark Devil, who can swim through any plane, the Violence Devil, and the Angel Devil in action for the first time. They aren't just hunters, they're devils itself that public safety keeps on a leash. While the squad tears through the zombie hordes, Aki finds himself face to face with Akane and her newest devil, the Ghost Devil, the same one of Himeno. But this time, he isn't afraid. With his new eye, he can see her moves before she even makes them. Yet his emotions got the best of him. Subscribe to see the Ghost Devil's real loyalty. While the rest of Special Division 4 handles the small fry, Aki finds himself cornered by the Ghost Devil. Akane orders it to swallow him, but in a beautiful, heartbreaking moment, the Ghost Devil, controlled by Akane, stops mid-attack and hands Aki a cigarette with Easy Revenge written on it. It's Himeno's final message from life. Aki then realizes the Ghost Devil only sees fear, and Aki being this calm made the Ghost's devil blind. He calmly walks up and decapitates the Ghost Devil, and Akane is fucked. Outside, Denji and Katana Man has started their brawl and is jumping from biting to building, but Katana Man take their fight to the top of a moving train. It's a clash of hybrids. Katana Man mocks Denji for how stupid he is and put him down in the train. Katana Man then uses OP move and cuts both arms of Denji using his high-speed attack. But Denji stands up still and this time uses the chainsaw in his leg to split Katana Man right down the middle as he were cutting him. Katana Man slowly realizes this and is split in two. Instead of turning him over to the police immediately, Denji and Aki decide to hold a tournament. They take turns kicking Katana Man in the balls to see who can make him scream the loudest, a final petty tribute to Himeno. The season ends with a chilling mystery. As the dust settles, we see Denji's younger self walking up to a door and then Pochita saying, "Do not open the door." We also hear a voice of a girl asking Denji if he's a country mouse or a city mouse. The door to the next arc has opened. Season 1 is over, but the real war is just beginning. Hit that follow button for more anime recaps and let me know in the comments who's the best in Chainsaw Man.